Hello? Is this working? So I'm trying to make a one of those like nostalgic baskets that people put like wine bottles in or something. And I went and got, I don't know if you can see me. I went and got some pallets. These pallets from a friend of mine, and I'm gonna start taking them apart piece by piece. I already got one off. It's a little bit of work involved in that, but I'm gonna try to make them 17 by 12. And I've never done something like this before, so we'll see how it looks when we're done. All right. So I got another one off. This is a little tedious, but something to be careful of. I broke this one. I just kind of snapped it on the last nail. I might be able to reuse this one still, since I'm going to go with a 12-inch wide, and this one could just be a little bit off. So we'll see. The goal of this, the whole reason why I'm trying to do this is not just so that I can see if I can make this thing, but I'm actually kind of interested to see if I can sell it, see if I can find someone that wants to buy it, especially since we got the pallet for free, and I'm in my neighbor's workshop. My neighbor, there he is right there. He's got, he's a runner. He can do all kinds of Tough Mudder stuff. He's a cool guy. All right, I'll check back later. So I'm using this nail remover. Hang on, I'll need that zoomed in. I'm using this nail remover to dig in and pull out the nails. And I realized that in order to prevent it from splitting, if I went along this way to pop it out, they stayed together a little bit better. All right? All right, so I took apart the pallet, and this is what I've got for the most part. So it took me about 45 minutes to get everything apart. And these boards here are in pretty good shape. I'll probably be cutting off the ends because they look like I'll have to put nails in there, and some of them are ratty and probably won't hold so well. I'm going to try to keep some of these holes in the middle because it looks kind of nice. It's really rough. I'm not going to sand it. I'm just going to kind of take my hands with the gloves and just rip off all the big splinters that I see. And these boards here, these are the ones that were splintered a little bit. I might be able to reuse some of them. I'm not sure. I will find out when I start measuring and cutting. So I'm gonna take these up to the table here, brush them off, and try to put together in my mind how many 17-inch pieces and 12-inch pieces I'll need. So, yeah. So this piece is my first cut. I used that bad boy. I realized that this is very helpful for getting a straight line. It took me a couple tries to figure it out. So what I think I messed up with was I cut this 17 inches, which is how wide I want the bottom to be. But I wasn't sure. I thought that I wanted to mount it like this, and if I did, then that means I didn't cut it wide enough. I would need to cut it the board width on both sides to make it a 17-inch in the middle inside the bin. So what I think I'm going to do is, instead of recutting the boards, because I could put it together like this or like this. I'm not sure which one is better. So I'm just going to pick one, and I'm actually going to pick this one, partly because I've already cut this board, and then I'll have to cut it again. And also, because this way the nails will be going in from the side, and when you pick up on the basket with things in it, it might be better than having the nails coming in from the bottom. Yeah, so they'll be laterally supportive. So I think that might be better than if the nails were coming in from the bottom. Anyway, that's what I'm going to go with. So think about that. Don't forget about the board width if you're making a cut. Thanks. All right, I think I have the bottom here put together, or at least three pieces cut. So looking for 12 inches, and that's going to be 12 inches. I'll put some gaps in there. And these pieces look like they're cut okay, and hopefully you'll be able to nail the sides to them, and it'll look good. That'd be sweet. And I can just pull this out to make a bigger gap in there if I need to put something. I'm not sure. I think I'll probably do this side the same way I'm doing the bottom from the side, so I won't need to make bigger gaps in there. But all right, I'll show you more as we go along. So this piece here is kind of ugly, and I thought I was going to throw it away, but I'm actually going to try to use it. And it's hard to get a straight line on it because there's no straight edge on the side. So what I'm going to do is I just lined it up on top of this other board that I've cut already straight. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to caddy corner this thing a little bit. And as long as I make the cut straight on each side, it'll work. I think it'll look nice. But If not, we'll see. Anyway, so if I hold it up here on this board, then it can go, you know, from low to high, left to right, alongside the long side of this box. But it should work just fine because the ends will be straight with their respective attached sides. So we'll see how it works. All right, so maybe you can see what I'm talking about. So I cut it on an angle, tried to get it straight on both sides. It might work. We'll have to see when I try to nail it all together. If not, then I'll just have to cut another piece. But hopefully that'll look nice on an angle like that. Thanks. So here's the side that I put together, and here's that black piece I told you I cut on an angle. So hopefully I cut it right and it'll look like this when we put it together. This is only 10 inches tall. I wanted to go with 12, but I think I'm just going to go with 10 because if I go with 12, then I'm going to have to shove this tight and get another board in there, and I don't think that would look good. So we'll try this one at 10 and see how it looks. All right, so I've got the bottom pieces cut here, and I've got these 3 pieces to go up this one side. Those pieces are going to go up the back side. I'm going to run 2 boards. I'm going to run this side going up and down so that it can bite into the walls. Otherwise it wouldn't hold itself together. But now my question is, how am I going to get these nailed into this and held nice and tight? I don't have a vise in here. I got a little vise over there on the bench, but that's not good enough. I'm going to walk across to my house and grab a couple of bigger wooden clamps that I have and then clamp it together, and then I'll nail it once it's clamped together and in the angle that I want. Right now I'm just one guy, so I can't just kind of hold it and nail it because it may not be right. So I have to get it solidly together before I can nail it. And I will try that with clamps. Now remember, I have no idea what I'm doing. So this is the bottom down here. And this will be the first side that I'm trying to put together in the bottom corner here. And I'm going to try to get some nails to go in here. Tick, tick, tick. I got these clamps holding it together, and it looks like it's where I need it to be. So now I just got to somehow get some nails in here. I got a nail gun, but I can't figure out how to use it. Sounds like there's a leak in that compressor, maybe. All right, we'll see how this works. I got a thing together, so that's kind of nice. Here's my bottom. I'm holding the side. It's pretty much a good right angle. We'll see how the other pieces come together, if it'll actually turn into a box or not. But I managed to get some nails in here. I got 5 across. Nice and slow and steady. This one's a little mangled up, but it should be all right. So it's coming together. Remember, I started this video by saying I have no idea what I'm doing. And I've got one side almost done. I got this piece cut here for this. I'm gonna nail that on there, and then I'm gonna get probably 2 more pieces here, maybe 1. I have to get this, and then I'm gonna actually connect it here so it stays nice and tight. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run a piece of wood, not this wide, but something along the top here, so it's got like a handle, and then I'm gonna put one again in the bottom as well, so that way you could stack the board. That way you could flip it on its end and stack it, and there'll be 2 even feet, so for the handle, and then 1 matching for the bottom. And then I've got the sides already cut between here and here and here, and I'll put those in, and that should be it. So should be done here shortly with the Pallet wooden box. So yeah. So it's coming along. You see I got the handles up here attached. I kind of wedged it together. I had to pull this one tight to make these spans reach quite right. I'm not sure if I'm gonna have to, if it's good enough or not. Hopefully it will be. One thing I did mess up on is I put this handle on top before I installed these strips to go across, and the nail gun that I have won't get to it. So I'm gonna have to try to get a bigger nail in here because I don't want to pull this piece off because I'll tear it all apart. Same thing over here. Although this one wedged in nicely, I probably don't need to do anything here and it'll be fine because it's attached over here and it's all tightly together. And this is kind of wedged in. But I'm still gonna try to get a longer nail through, just like over there. And then put the handles on the other side, and then it should be done. So there's the pallet box coming together. So here is, looks like the finished product here. I like it. I think it's cool. It looks like I kind of thought it would look, rustic and dirty and gruddy and, you know, made out of garbage basically, which is what it is. Something I learned probably would do differently next time. I might try to build or use a support for the corner and then attach each piece to that. That way I don't have to go vertical here. I could stay horizontal on these sides, but I had to go vertical here so that I could tie these long pieces together, tie them to something. I don't think I like this handle, because if they were horizontal, you could just reach under the top rung, or you could drill holes and put some rope through it or something. Something I did mess up on here was when I attached these handles, I used the nail that I had, which was 1.25 inches, and it kind of poked through a little bit. You can feel it. Some of them it came through enough to, you know, actually hurt you. So definitely can't sell this thing, but you know, for the first time putting something together, I'm happy with it. My wife came in, she took a look at it. I don't think it looked like she was expecting it to look, but you know, she likes nice, pretty things, so this may not be for her. But I can try again. Not bad for a first try. I say I like the different sizes for the sides. That black one that I put together over here, that I cut earlier with the different angles, I think it looks nice in there. I just had to kind of wedge these two side pieces in together. They actually were short, so I clamped them and then nailed them shut, nailed them tight. This, like I said, with the handle here, it was too wide, so I had to put a bigger nail in there. I messed up the first time, got it out, was able to get it together. I like that knot. It's kind of cool. So yeah, there it is. Finished product. Happy with it. All right. Take care. Bye.